Mildred Alexis Old Crow. 8-year-old Mildred Old Crow was last seen on the Crow Indian Reservation in July of 2018. It's possible it was 2019. There are some mixed reporting coming out depending on which news source and whether it's the FBI or not, but she has definitely been missing since 2019. The FBI went on record asking anyone who has seen her or have knowledge of her whereabouts. She was last seen by her non-custodial relative at an event at least a year and a half prior. Her grandmother reported her missing. The aunt who had custody of her had been attending family events without her and was refusing to say what had happened to Millie. The state of Montana issued a missing endangered person advisory following that notification. Their release from the Montana Department of Justice states that Mildred goes by Millie. She's an 8-year-old female, brown hair, brown eyes, born in May of 2012. It added that Millie was considered small stature for her age and that she had possible physical injuries. Mildred's non-custodial relatives informed the BIA that they had not seen her themselves since at least July 2018. The investigation is a joint venture between the BIA and the Murdered Indigenous Persons Cold Unit in Billings, Montana, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Bighorn County Sheriff's Office, and the Billings Police Department. Millie had been removed from her mother's care and informally placed with an aunt. As a result, there was not an open file with Child Protective Services or any agency that monitors a child's placement, watching out for Millie. For the last year and a half, the aunt was showing up at family events without her. It does not appear anyone questioned her absence too fully. The grandmother eventually contacted the BIA to report Millie missing. On December 6, 2020, a formal petition was filed with the Crow Tribe Tribal Court requesting a hearing because the two guardians had breached their fiduciary trust to the child. A warrant was issued on December 16th because they failed to produce the child or provide proof of life. Law enforcement began looking for the two guardians, Veronica Tirza Dust and Roseen Lincoln Old Crow, both age 34. The warrant states that they were granted informal custodianship by the tribal court on or about March 14, 2017. In January 2021, Dust and Old Crow were arrested as fugitives from justice in Billings, Montana. They appeared in Bighorn County District Court for arraignment. Each face a misdemeanor charge of endangering the welfare of a child. It's not clear which woman is the child's aunt, but they are refusing to say what happened to the child. The charges hold a maximum sentence of 6 months in jail and a $2,500 fine. They did not waive extradition back to Crow Tribal Court, and their bond was set at $1,000 with conditions of release. Any future arrests or additional charges will depend on decisions made by the tribal court and an investigation by the BIA. A small child's remains were found on December 2020 at the Van Duzer Rest Area in Lincoln County, Oregon. They have so far been unable to identify the remains but have ruled out numerous missing Indigenous children. Over 150 tips have been called in from the U.S. and Canada to identify these remains, which are believed to belong to a 6 to 10-year-old girl who stood 3'10" to 4'6". Many of the calls to the tip line suggested that these remains might be Millie. At the time of this writing, Millie had not been ruled out. However, in the delay I recorded this episode, something changed. This story is close to my heart as I live only an hour away, and it is with sadness I need to report that Millie's body was found several days ago on the Crow Indian Reservation inside of a camper. I wanted to add the update onto my original recording, and as of yet there is no cause of death that's been given, and there's no indication what further charges have been made against her guardians. While I have trouble understanding how a girl can go missing over a year before, there is a Facebook group dedicated to Millie, and it's very clear from that group that her grandmother has been a driving force in trying to find Millie, and that she loves her and misses her very much. If there are any future updates to this story, I will put them in the link below. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like and subscribe button. Stay safe out there.